Carmelo too. This guy, he keeps growing on me more and more every single week. But I think great. I think this is where Grayson gets the belt. I don't know. I just have some feeling that they're really high on this guy as well, like I am. Like they see something special and put a belt on him. See what he can do. Especially when you can take it off of Carmelo in a ladder match where he doesn't necessarily have to lose it and get pinned.
That's a good point. The mayor, let me be honest with you. When I read the names off of the people in that ladder match, as soon as I said Grayson Waller, I already knew who you were picking. So I already knew, pal.
It's a fair assumption.
The next match is Tommaso Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo. Glenn, I'm going to let you go first this time.
I think we know Tommaso's retiring, and I think he goes out on his back, so I'm going D'Angelo.
Mayor of Canton, anything you feeling the same way?
This one was tough for me to pick because I think I could see it either way, but
gotta run in.
I'm gonna go Tommaso Ciampa wins, especially if this is his last match here in NXT. I think that they give him the favors and let him go out as a winner on his way out.
Dogs are so unprofessional. They just think they can just do whatever and just start fights anywhere they want to. Very unprofessional.
There's one on each side of me right now. You can't see them, but they're right here.
Somehow I'm not surprised. Tommaso Ciampa seems like the kind of guy where if he's going out, then he's going to go out losing, and it only makes sense for him to lose this match and put the young kid over Tony D'Angelo. Not to say that Tony D'Angelo might use some underhanded tactics to win, because as you know, that's what Tony D'Angelo does. But forget about it. Tony D'Angelo gets the win here.
Is Tony D'Angelo that young? He looks older to me.
Let's see. I got Wikipedia pulled up here. Let's find out. We'll find out now. If I could click buttons correctly, I would be on fire today. That's not him. What in the world is happening? I don't know. When I clicked Tony D'Angelo, it took me to a picture of Marcel Bartel, which I don't understand.
Very, very handsome gentleman.
You lose, Wikipedia. We all picked the same one in two of them, but the ladder match we were all different, so that's good. The next match is a fatal 4-way for the NXT Women's Championship. This is another question. Glenn already answered my question that I had about this one because I didn't know how it went from Mandy Rose versus Cora Jade to a 4-way. I'm gonna ask Glenn this because he used to wrestle and he's smarter than both me and the mayor when it comes to the wrestling business. I want to say, do you think that they always put Mandy Rose in some sort of a gimmick match because they're trying to hide the fact that she's not that great of a wrestler?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
She's down there as a teacher. She's there to teach these girls how to handle themselves on camera, how to do promos and that sort of thing. But it's certainly not technical wise.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks good standing there, but I can't say that she's the greatest wrestler I've ever seen. The mayor gets to go first again. Who you picking? You taking Mandy Rose, Cora Jade, Io Shirai, or Kaylee Ray?
I still think Toxic Attraction, all three of them hold on to these belts longer. I don't see any reason to take it off of them or Mandy at this point. I think she's doing a great job being, the face of the women's division down there, or the body of the women's division, or whatever you want to say. Those promos are like Roman Reigns. Just look at her.
Exactly. Have you seen how she looks walking to the ring? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who I really want to say that Kaylee Ray wins this thing, but I don't actually think that's going to happen. I'm gonna keep it on Mandy Rose. It makes sense for all of Toxic Attraction to keep the belts, and it's a 4-way match, so maybe Toxic Attraction gets involved and helps Mandy win. So I'm going Mandy Rose too. Glenn, you going solid sweet Mandy Rose? Or are you gonna surprise us?
No, Mandy Rose is holding it till the next pay-per-view when Nikita takes it off of her.
Oh, wow.
Goddamn, pal. Hipster Tito's going to lose his mind when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already booked that to happen too, so I'm sure.
Yeah. That girl, whatever it is, she's got it.
Yeah.
She looks a legitimate fighter, and her first title match is going to be one that she's going to win. So,
I mean, I can't disagree with you there, pal. I can't disagree with that at all. And then here's another one that I have a question. So the Creeds win the goddamn Dusty Cup, right? So that entitles them to a tag team match. Did they ever get said tag team match before they were thrown into this fucking three-way, or what the fuck's the Dusty Cup for then?
they got attacked.
Oh,
Weeks ago, they got attacked in the. You know, on POB, we always say that the most dangerous place in the world is the NXT car park.
yep.
Mhm.
Well, this is part of the reason they pulled up and they were attacked by mystery people.
I do like that you call the place where cars park the car park.
Yes.
At the parking lot.
Not
Not.
well, because I always call it a driveway. And when you think about it, you don't really drive. I mean, you have to drive onto the driveway, but it's not really a driveway. You're not driving on it.
It's
A car park makes much more sense. I like that. I'm calling it a car park from now on.
It's a lovely way to say it. You're
Thank you,
absolutely
Glenn.
right. And then these mysterious individuals were the fuck with
We don't know who
MSK?
we don't know who the mysterious individuals are. We are not going to find out today.
Oh,
That's for down the line. I'm praying and hoping that the mysterious individuals are certainly a couple of dandy highwaymen that we haven't seen on NXT UK for weeks.
I'd scream.
I would as well.
I'd shriek like I saw Handsome Earthquake at the Target when I got him. It would be a shriek. God damn it! I really want the Creed brothers to win this thing. I think it was my turn to go first. I really want the Creed brothers to win this thing. But I have a sad, terrible feeling in the pit of my stomach that fucking MSK is gonna fucking end up winning these goddamn titles, and that's the last thing that I want to see. Is those fucking guys win it again? I'm picking the Creeds anyway. This match should be really, really good. I mean, I can't say anything bad about MSK in the ring. They come off as heels all the time, and we're supposed to cheer them, and it's not for me. Glenn, what do you think?
I'm with you. I think it's going to be the Creed. They had a fight. They had this thing where they had LA Knight and MSK versus Gunther and Imperium this week.
Oh boy.
It wasn't good for a Walter. What happened to him?
God damn it, pal.
But the Creeds came out, and then there was a stare down at the opponents and everything. But MSK just don't seem to. They don't seem to have it with the crowd, and they don't seem to. Our reaction seems to be the same as the crowd's. Really, they're trying to push them as faces, and they 100% should be heels.
Yeah,
So,
I don't get it.
I'm going with the Creeds anyway.
Mayor, what do you think?
I was torn between Imperium holding this and the Creeds. I don't really see MSK winning here. Maybe it's just because I'm not a big fan of them, so I can't see it. But I'm torn because I really think if Imperium holds the belts here just so that when Walter makes a challenge eventually for the winner of the next match we're going to call, because hopefully that we're going to get Walter in the main event scene here and not having triple threat matches, because he does not need to be in triple threat matches. Let that man wrestle 20-minute matches with someone.
Yeah.
So
Get the soul out of him like he did.
Yeah. So, man, I'm gonna pick Imperium. I'm gonna say Imperium retains the titles. As much as I love the Creed brothers, I keep saying, that these guys are like the young Steiners. I see it in them. Like, these guys have something. I really enjoy their work together, and with Malcolm, it's kind of like a nice little package together. But I think Imperium holds on to the belts just for the visual of them and Walter. I can't. Gunther. I actually like the name Gunther. I think it's a pretty cool name. I just still have a hard time of getting over of calling him Walter for 4 years now or whatever it's been that I've known of him. So it's not that I dislike the name Gunther. It's just I don't think of it when I think of Walter. So yeah, Imperium.
Oh, you've gone for it now. Okay.
Imperium.
Say before you nail that in stone, I will inform you that Imperium won on Tuesday night.
Oh. So you know what that means?
That they're gonna lose.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I wrote down Imperium on my sheet, and I've got to stick with it. I hate making changes, but a lot of times I just talk myself into changing my pick as I'm speaking.
You're very good at talking yourself out of it.
It's my world. I do this for Jeremy normally.
Yeah, Jeremy. This is Glenn and Jeremy. Glenn will be like, I think Drew McIntyre is going to beat Madcap Moss, and then Jeremy will go, but you don't think that Madcap Moss needs to win more here? And then Glenn will go, yeah, you know what, look different than Madcap Moss. Jeremy will go, nope, it's going to be Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, you should have saw me one time. I got called in for jury duty and actually picked to be on the jury, and I talked every single person in there to have this individual guilty when they were completely convinced that he was not guilty. In about 40 minutes, we came back with a verdict and the man was guilty.
You should have been a lawyer, pal. I don't know what you're doing.
I was not to get a big backstory, but I was signed up to go to law school. I took my LSAT and was going to go through law school, and things happened personally in my life where I just never ended up going and finishing law school.
Well, you would have been good at it, pal. The next match we've got coming up, if Jeremy was here with us, we'd have to say it's Eli Drake versus Walter, but it is indeed LA Knight versus Gunther. And I have watched the movie Sing and Sing 2, and there's a pig on there named Gunther. And every time I think Gunther, I think that goddamn pig on Sing 2. So I hate that fucking name. For a wrestler, anyway. It's fine for a dancing pig, but it's not okay for a wrestler. Glenn, what do you think? Who are you picking in this one?
I don't want either of them to lose.
No.
Fair.
This is a terrible match.
Can it be a time limit draw?
So, hopefully something's going to happen, because this is, you take the biggest name to come into NXT for years and the biggest face on NXT. Oh, we'll give him a match.
That's thrown together for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason for that is the fact that they went into the locker room, and after the match with Ilya, the second one with Ilya, they went to the locker room and they said, well, Walter's coming up. They're going to change his name to Gunther. We're going to have him at Stand and Deliver. Who wants to take on Walter at Stand and Deliver? And everybody took a space backwards. So they decided that who is the one that is less likely to die. And they went, yep, all right, Eli, it's your chance, because you're less likely to die from one of Walter's chops.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a tough one to pick.
Wait, am I picking first?
No, I'm supposed to be picking, but I just
okay.
He's waiting for us to talk him into something.
That's what I'll go for. I'll go for a no contest.
There we go. That wouldn't be so bad. Like maybe Imperium comes out there, gets involved, and there's some sort of a schmoz, and they throw it out. Yeah, I think that's the best finish for this match. The only way that you do this match is if one of them's leaving afterwards. Like if LA Knight's going up, and I know Gunther probably isn't. I don't think LA Knight is right now either. So yeah, this match doesn't make a ton of sense. I'm gonna pick Gunther. I don't know why, but I am. Mayor?
I'm with you on that. I think Gunther wins. I wish they'd at least name this a number one contenders match, so that there was some sort of value behind it. So you felt like, oh, this just isn't thrown together match that last minute we need to get these guys on the card, because both of these guys are main event talent. Both of them deserve to be on the main roster. I mean, they're better than most people on the main roster, in my opinion, anyway. And I I think Gunther wins it, and I really would like to see LA Knight. He has just that everything
Yeah.
intangible. Yeah, talk to
Mhm.
me. Well, you know,
Let me talk to you.
Let me
Yeah.
talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that he should be on the main roster. Just charisma that you can't teach, and his speaking skills are just top notch. His wrestling skills are top notch. The guy looks like $1 million. I don't understand how he's not on the main roster, honestly. But I see that Gunther wins here. LA Knight goes to the main roster. Gunther and Imperium go on to eventually challenge the winner of the next match.
Well, there you have it. And now we're to the main event. It is the NXT champion, Dolph Ziggler. I said the NXT champion, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, the NXT champion, Dolph Ziggler versus Braun Breaker for the NXT championship. Mayor, you get to go first. Can you, Mayor? Are you able to pick against Dolph Ziggler?
I hate picking against my Ohio people. However, I can say that he did go to the college that is my college's rival. So I am able to pick against Dolph Ziggler, which I'm going to do. I am picking Braun Breaker here because, man, if you talk about someone with the endless amount of potential, that's Braun Breaker. He is the future of WWE, the future of NXT, and he's going to be here for a while. So get used to the dog-faced gremlin son. Braun Breaker wins. He gets his belt back that he didn't particularly lose. That I believe it was Dolph pinned
Champa,
to win the belt. So he gets his win back.
Yeah, I think the reason why they had Dolph beat him in the first place is so that he'd have his big moment on the show. I'm going to pick two. Braun Breaker is going to defeat Dolph Ziggler. It's probably going to be the best match of Breaker's career because he's in there with fucking Dolph Ziggler. So, I'm taking Breaker. Glenn, what are you doing?
Yeah. Gotta go Breaker. I was getting too convoluted for my own good. Judging by the reaction of people to Breaker, basically the Smackdown crowd to Breaker last night.
Was he on there last night?
Yeah, he inducted dad and uncle.
Okay, yeah. Duh.
Looks well fine in a suit. He's going to be the face of this company for years to come.
Yes, sir. I see it too.
I mean, I don't know how you could argue that.
If I was going to be convoluted about it, and I never should be, because every time I talk myself into something convoluted, they never go anywhere near it. But what I was thinking was Dolph retains tonight, but then Braun gets a rematch on Raw on Monday.
But
that's
the WrestleMania Monday moment.
Yeah. But then again, that's far too convoluted, so I'm going Breaker.
Smart Glenn. Way to talk yourself out of a bad idea.
Yes, yeah.
Way to go. Well, that's it for NXT TakeOver, which starts in about an hour and a half. Which I don't think I'll be having my eyes on that one today. I'm gonna have to watch that another day. But tonight we've got the big night one of the big show of the biggest WrestleMania, 2-night WrestleMania in history. It was funny last night. I was like, usually when I go to sleep, I usually put some wrestling on, and that's how I usually fall asleep. And so I was just thumbing through the old WrestleManias, and I went to the WrestleMania 36, which was the WrestleMania with no fans. And it was just funny that it said the only WrestleMania too big for just one night. And I thought, well, that's not true. They should probably change that.
I love these 2-night WrestleManias. They're not going to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning.
You know what? Yeah, me too. I will take 2, 3 or 4 hour WrestleManias over a 6-hour WrestleMania anytime. Sign me up for 2 nights. Thank you.
Especially when you're starting at 1 o'clock in the morning for us. The last thing you want is it going on 6 or 7 hours.
Hell no. Hell no. Mayor, are you doing the both nights in one night thing again?
It's still up in the air. I think we're actually going to watch night 1 tonight and then night 2 tomorrow night. So I think we are going to be watching them live. We may be on like a 10-minute delay and have to speed up because it's close on when we can all get together.
Right. Well, I just wanted to see if you were going to subject yourself to many hours of wrestling.
No. I think we did last year, and it was a long day.
I imagine it was. All right, well, let's get into it. I gotta ask, Glenn, when you look at the night 1 card, what do you think should kick off the show? What do you think starts the show?
I don't even know what the night 1 card is.
Oh God. Okay, so Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Rey Mysterio, Dominic versus Logan Paul and The Miz, Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin, Usos, Nakamura. I'm sorry.
No need to carry on. It's got to be the women. It's got to be Becky and Bianca opening it.
I love the way Glenn says Bianca. I think I mention that every time, but I love the way he says it. Yeah, no, I agree. if you're not going to be the main event, you want to be the opener. So it makes sense for them to start with that match. So yeah, I agree.
Open it strong, close it strong.
Absolutely. So that's what match we'll pick first. Becky Lynch defends her Raw Women's Championship against Bianca Belair, and I'm making Glenn go first. Glenn,
Bianca.
You just wanted to hear him say Bianca.
Bianca is taking it.
But Glenn, if you, on Monday, I think it was this Monday, she was going to cut off Bianca Belair's ponytail, which I was fixing to get shoot hot. I was on my couch fixing to get shoot hot if she had cut off Bianca Belair's ponytail. I was about to lose my mind. But then Bianca got the scissors and she cut Becky's hair. So that kind of makes me think that Becky's going to retain here. So you kind of helped the mayor out with another one. So I want to maybe throw that one to you this time.
No, I think Bianca's going to get revenge. I think it's going to be a short match. I don't think it's going to last long. Bianca's going to squash her.
I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing that happened. Mayor, what do you think?
Because there's a reason why I say that, and it's going to come up later.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think Becky retains. I think kind of where you were going with the whole she got her hair cut. Normally the good guy, the baby face, isn't cutting a heel's hair. Like, you get the scissors away from them and you don't go above and beyond to then cut their hair. That seems.
Mayor Canton, let me remind you of a man named Brutus the Barber Beefcake who used to cut everybody's fucking hair.
Okay.
She is.
but that was his gimmick. I mean,
yeah.
That was his thing, and I don't remember him ever cutting any one of Note's hair, unless
the Genius.
Okay, he cut the Genius's hair. I think Becky retains here because I think you keep it on her for potential matchups that will happen in the draft post WrestleMania that make more sense with Becky holding the belt when you jumble up the roster. So I think Becky retains here just for future matchups that could possibly be Sasha, could be Bayley, for future matchups that would be coming at SummerSlam that make more sense to me with Becky still holding the belt.
Well, there you go. I think that this whole entire thing has been built up to Bianca winning that belt back at this show. And I could be totally wrong. I mean, I could totally see them having Becky retain. The internet would burn. If Becky retains, the internet will burn. Which I like to see the internet burn. It makes me laugh. So, but this should be a great match. And I do think Bianca Belair gets her win back from, the underhanded Becky Lynch that beat her at SummerSlam for her title. And so I'm going to take Bianca Belair as well. we've got a tag team match. It's Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul, which are two Cleveland guys, so we might be wasting our time. But Mayor, who you picking?
I mean, come on now. Who am I picking? This is the easiest no-brain pick of all time for me. Of course, The Miz and Logan Paul are going to win. There's nothing talking me out of that, just because they're both Cleveland fellas.
Okay.
And Mr. Hero's delicious, and Mrs. Dad owns several Mr. Heroes.
What's Mr. Heroes?
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I guess they probably aren't outside much of Ohio. It's a fast food restaurant that is known for cheesesteaks and something called the Roman burger, which is a burger with like an entire Italian sub on top of it. And it is delicious.
It sounds delicious.
Goddamn, pal, it sounds great.
Yeah. So, Mrs. Dad owns several of those. I think even Miz on one of his documentaries was he grew up working at one of them as well before he hit the real world. So, Miz wins, and how they've never done a promotion where it's Mr. Hero, I don't know, but it just kind of writes itself.
It does.
Miz and Logan Paul win, even though the good guys always win in these instances.
Yeah, I disagree with you here, because it's like the Miz and a I don't even know what you would call Logan Paul, a YouTuber, a boxer, I don't know what he is.
A social media presence.
Thank you.
That's one. Yeah.
An influencer. Is he an influencer?
I think that's what they call them. Yeah.
I think maybe that's what it is. I think Rey and Dominic are gonna win here. You get the father and son a WrestleMania win over the Miz and Logan Paul, which I don't know if has anybody lost more WrestleMania matches than the Miz besides Triple H. I don't know. I have to look that up. Glenn, what do you think?
I think we're going to see a new Dom tonight. Ray, the last couple, not yesterday, the Friday before Smackdown, the Miz demarked Ray.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Oh,
and then this week they got the mask back. But it was very much Dominic dominating, and basically Ray was going to him, you know, that sort of thing. You need, to be a real lucha, you need to earn your mask. And I think by getting Ray's mask back, he earned the mask. And I think we could actually see Dominic Mysterio coming out masked.
That'd be really, really fucking cool.
I was going to say, yeah, I like that a lot. I'm not changing my pick, but I like it a lot.
Kobe. Well, there you have it. Me and Glenn are doing the sensible thing and not being homers and taking Rey Mysterio and Dominic, and the mayor here is throwing up Hail Marys and being a homer and taking the Miz and the Logan Paul.
I mean, honestly, I think Dominic and Ray win here, because just watch. If you're going to be drinking today, take a drink. I'm not, but if you are, take a drink for every time Miz and Dom shake each other's hands and hug each other, because it is a lot. Every time they walk out, they do anything, they're shaking hands and hugging. It's too much. I don't like it.
Sorry, pal. Sorry. The next one is Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. I get to pick first, and this is a hard hitting one. Who knows? Who knows who's going to win this one? This one is up in the air. They stole Angela, didn't they?
Yeah, got it back.
So lots of shit's getting stolen on Raw, but then it's getting brought back, so that's nice. I mean, come on, Drew McIntyre is going to win. I know it's a win against Happy Corbin, but Drew McIntyre is finally going to get a win in front of a live WrestleMania crowd and get a good reaction. So Drew wins, probably in a 5-minute match. Glenn, what do you think?
My thoughts is exactly the same as yours. They're going to they cannot, after all the things he's gone through during lockdown WrestleManias and carried the company, they give him a loss to Happy Corbin. The first one when it's a crowd.
Yeah, that would be some shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds like something Vince would love to do.
Yeah, true.
Oh God, I hope not. Well, that Kurt Angle loses retirement match to him, so who knows? Mayor, what are you doing?
I think this is the easiest pick of the entire weekend. The son of the Berserker, Drew McIntyre, wins his match here, and it's boots with the fur and Angela. Drew has to win. I mean, it doesn't make sense for him not to. So
It's
Drew
gotta be
McIntyre
Drew.
wins. It's gotta be Drew.
God damn it, pal.
Drew McIntyre.
And the other thing is that last night, Madcap Moss won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Which means he won't have a job for very much longer.
Exactly. I said that. I tweeted that. Apart from that, there was a little bit of friction between him and Corbin afterwards.
Oh.
He basically said, hey, no, it was that sort of thing. Well, I've won this now. I don't need you anymore. That sort of thing.
So maybe that plays into it. Maybe that plays into what happens tonight as well. So another wrinkle to the story. This is really night one is tag team match-a-mania because there's 3 fucking tag matches on this thing. I haven't seen that many tag team matches on a WrestleMania since WrestleMania 6.
And still not one single Intercontinental or U.S. Championship match.
Right. You couldn't have eliminated one of these, and come on. I mean, goddamn. So the first one is the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston taking on Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Butch. Ladies and gentlemen, Butch will be with them. Glenn, I think you get to go first. Who are you picking?
I'm going to back the trend here and go with Sheamus and Ridge.
I don't see any reason for the New Day to win it. I mean, what do the New Day need to win here for?
I can't see any reason for the match.
Yeah, that's when you were thinking about it. I was going to go, does it matter who wins? Because who cares?
There's no reason.
I honestly didn't even know this was a match, and I do not have a written down answer. I didn't know it was a match. I'm dead serious.
It's not a title. It's not for a title or anything.
Nope. Nothing.
There's been nothing really that I know it's been sort of like little bits and pieces, but nothing really major to cause this feud apart from the fact that Rich Holland threw Big E the wrong way.
Yeah, that's the only thing that this is even for. Yeah. I'm going to go Sheamus and Ridge too, just because I don't know why the New Day would need to win, because I don't even know why we're having this match. Mary, you got to pick now. None of these guys are from Cleveland. What are you going to do?
I'm picking New Day just in a feel-good moment where they win and say, "This is for you, Big E," and they hug in the ring, and you know, I don't know, honestly, like I said, I didn't even have this written down as a match. I didn't know it was a match. But if I'm booking it, I just have a feel-good moment. The two of Xavier and Kofi made it on the show, and they win and say, "This is for you, Big E."
Well, I mean, yeah, that could work. That could work too. And then a next tag team match we have is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It's the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. You have to say it like that. You can't just say Boogs normally. I don't even, this match I don't care about either. The Usos retain, because why is Nakamura and Boogs going to win them? Mayor?
I don't have my fingers on the pulse of the tag team SmackDown division very much, so I don't know. I just feel like there's no reason to take it off the Usos. They're with Roman, who's hot right now, and why take it off of them? I don't see the purpose of doing it. So for that sake, I'm just saying the Usos win. I don't have a whole lot of info or, anything to really discuss. It's just the Usos win.
There we go. Glenn, are you going to pick Boogs and Nakamura?
Of course not. Why would you ever go against the Samoans? It's against the New Day.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It's the New Day. You're right.
In case Haku is still listening,
Yeah.
I'm not picking against the Samoans.
That's right. God damn it, pal.
I still think Sikoa's coming up at some point.
Yeah, he's got to join him. It only makes sense.
So yeah.
And then we have Seth freaking Rollins taking on a to be announced opponent by the pick of Mr. McMahon. I'm sure a lot of people think it's going to be Cody Rhodes. I think it would be particularly hilarious if we hear a certain "Here comes the money" and it's Shane McMahon. I would laugh very hard if it is. This is hard to pick since we don't officially know, but can we say probably that the to be announced person is probably going to beat Rollins? I mean,
Yeah.
I have written down mystery opponent. My pick is mystery opponent. It could literally be a lampshade that comes down, and I think the lampshade wins the match.
Yeah.
yeah, it's Moppy. Remember when Perry Saturn used to carry on the mop?
Yes, Perry Saturn's Moppy is coming out and winning the match. It's the shopping cart that who used to push down the shopping cart? Was it Spike Holly?
Yeah.
Spike Dudley, yeah.
Spike Dudley. I was mixing him with Molly Holly.
They
Spike
dated.
Holly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what was throwing it together. You always get little pieces of information that's not 100% true in my head. So
right. Glenn, do you have any inkling of who you think it might be other than Cody Rhodes? Or are you for sure it's Cody Rhodes?
No, I'm actually going my tag partner on this. He's been debuting now for about a year. It's got to be Veer.
oh gosh, I didn't think about that possibility.
I hope it is Veer. Anything that's going to piss off the internet, that's what I hope happens, because that's going to tickle me. So I hope it is Veer.
I think that Veer is just like a rib, and he's never showing up to actually wrestle. Like, he'll wrestle dark matches. They've signed this guy, but he actually never shows up. They just keep putting Veer is coming for like the next 4 years. But who I think it's going to be is I saw him at the Hall of Fame last night, so I know he's there, and that's the young Olympian wrestling champion, Gabe Steveson.
Yeah.
And I see him premiering here and beating Rollins, and this is how they debut him.
Well, there you go. I mean, I don't have any theories other than it being Cody Rhodes, or just to be hilarious if it was Shane McMahon. Or what if it's Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny would be funny too if it was Bad Bunny. But I guess we'll see. I think we'll get like.
Can't see Bad Bunny being Vince's pick though.
That's a good point. What's a Bad Bunny, pal? Is it Easter? What do you mean? Is he bringing me an Easter basket? What the hell?
It's very timely. The Easter Bunny. Wait, wasn't there a bunny that won a championship with?
No, it was the bunny with Adam Rose.
Adam Rose, yeah. I thought they won a tag championship one time. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I don't think so. All right. The main event of night one is Charlotte Flair defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey. Potentially, weekend stealing, match stealing show here. Match stealing match here. You guys remember Survivor Series? Like, Ronda was supposed to face Becky, but Becky got her face broken. And then Charlotte and Ronda had this extremely physical match at that Survivor Series where Charlotte she eventually got disqualified for like beating Ronda with a chair. And I imagine that this is going to be a lot like that. It's going to be a lot like that Becky, Charlotte match at Survivor Series 2 where it looked like it was just a struggle, and I feel like this is going to be the exact same thing. I feel like Ronda Rousey is going to win it. She gets her WrestleMania main event win. I'm assuming they've been playing her as the babyface on TV. I haven't been watching SmackDown, right? Okay, so Ronda wins, beats Charlotte. Mayor, what are you picking here?
I'm begrudgingly picking Ronda. If she's as a babyface, I just am not a big fan of babyface Ronda. I don't like it. I don't get it. I'm a huge fan of Charlotte. I don't want to see her lose the belt. But I do think it's going to be a fantastic match because of that match that they had at SummerSlam. Because Charlotte is hard hitting and she lays everything in that she does. And she's going to get the best out of Ronda. And I think, God, I think Ronda wins it. I don't want to talk myself out of it like sometimes I do. And I think Ronda wins it and just gives another opportunity for Charlotte to win another belt and catch up to old Pops.
What do you think, Glenn?
Ronda's going to win it. But there's going to be some shenanigans tonight. Tomorrow night is the night where they get rid of the 2 belts in the men's division. Why not make it? There's no. I know they haven't announced it. There's no reason to think it's going to happen. But they could chuck an extra match in there tomorrow night. Ronda Rousey against Bianca Belair to unify the women's division as well.
So, I mean, it's a pretty good idea.
And then you get Charlotte involved, causing Bianca to win because she'd rather get her hands on Bianca with the titles than Ronda again.
Huh. That's an interesting scenario that you just laid out there. So we're all taking Ronda in the main event of night 1. So now we're going to go to night 2, and it kicks off with, of course, a fatal 4-way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Why it couldn't just be Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha Banks and Naomi, I'll never fucking know. We had to throw all this extra nonsense together.
Yeah, just get them all in there.
Wasn't Liv Morgan just wasn't Rhea Ripley just tag teaming with goddamn somebody else like a month ago, and now she's with Liv Morgan again?
Yeah, she was tagging with Nikki Ash.
Okay.
Nikki Ash. Yeah. ASH.
And you can't have a WrestleMania without Natalya, so that's why they stuck her with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Sasha Banks and Naomi just because I love Sasha Banks and Naomi. So, and I don't think Sasha Banks has ever won a match at WrestleMania. Nope. So maybe it's time.
She's never won a WrestleMania match. I think she's 0-6.
Glenn, what do you think? Who are you picking in this one?
It's got to be Naomi and Sasha because the current champions are breaking up because Carmella's going off and being all lovey-dovey with Mr. Corey Graves.
Sorry.
We've got to wrap this up real quick because Brent has to go finish watching. I don't remember what their show is called. Corey and Carmella.
Yeah,
I'd rather die.
He's got it on pause right now in the other window of his computer.
Anyway, yeah, there is no reason for the champions to retain, and the only other ones that they could put it on are Natalya, Naomi, and Sasha. So
I could see them randomly putting them on Ripley and Liv Morgan, but I don't think that's going to happen. Mayor, I know who you're picking.
Yeah, I'm picking Sasha. She could be tagging with a potato, and I'm still picking Sasha Banks. But is there a match that's going to be happening on night 1 between Stone Cold and KO?
No, it's just the KO show.
It's a KO show.
Okay, because I didn't know we needed to pick that. I'm sure we probably, if Stone Cold's coming back, he's winning a match. I just didn't know if I was writing it. I wrote down Stone Cold no matter what.
Well, yeah it's got to be because KO's just going. It's the Kevin Owens show, and the Stone Cold cutting a promo going, if I'm coming back, I'm going to kick his ass.
Now, do you think that closes night 1? Because I don't think a match closes night 1. I think
it does. It's going to main event night 1.
They are calling it the main event for night 1. So
okay, because I don't see how you bring back Stone Cold and don't have him close the show.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make any sense, especially when you advertise. Like, if you're going to surprise bring him out, you do it in the middle of the show. But if he's announced going to be there, then you should definitely bring him out. But I think it will end up in like a couple minute match where he does the greatest hits a stunner on him, gets a 1, 2, 3, hits the corners, drinks beer, gets a big pop.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't think there was any reason to pick it because there's no way that Owens even probably gets any offense in. You know what I mean? The next match is an anything goes match between Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn. I'm not sure if Johnny Knoxville is from Cleveland, but Mayor, who you picking?
Oh God, I don't want to see Johnny Knoxville win this. How could he win it? Other than they made it, is it no disqualification? What's the stipulation on this one?
Anything goes. So yeah.
Is there anything where Johnny has been endearing to any kind of wrestlers? Like he's been coming out with them at all? I don't think so.
No.
So I don't know what wrestler would come out to screw over Sammy.
All he's been doing is selling the fact that he'd quite happily kill himself.
I can't think of who would come out in a no disqualification or to help Johnny Knoxville unless he just has a bunch of jackass doofuses come out to help him win this match. I wrote down Sami Zayn, so I should probably stick with that. Oh, gosh. I don't know. I could see them wanting Knoxville winning this because it's throwaway, kind of no meaning match. Oh, I'm picking Sami Zayn. I wrote down Sami Zayn. I'm going to stick with what I had. Sami Zayn wins.
Glenn?
Why?
That's a good question. We don't even know why.
Yeah, right. It's WrestleMania. We all know they have the celebrity matches. But why pick somebody that you want to lose against somebody that you don't care if they win or not?
Yeah.
I want to see Johnny Knoxville kick Sami Zayn's ass because Sami Zayn's a little shit.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm going to go Johnny Knoxville, I think. Just for the shits and giggles, as they say.
You know what? I'm going with you too. I think it's that. I mean, I don't know why if they put him in this match, why wouldn't he win? It could be, like Knoxville paid a couple guys to come down there and help him beat up Sami Zayn. That's not too far fetched. But somehow the only way I can see Johnny Knoxville losing is if he does something crazy and like misses, and then Zayn gets the pin. Because I feel like Johnny Knoxville could do some insane like Shane McMahon level shit because he does insane shit all the time. So I feel like something like that could happen, but I don't think they would put Johnny Knoxville in this thing unless he was going to win.
And the thing is, it just totally kills Sami Zayn's gimmick. If he wins this, then he's got
his gimmick's kind of just getting screwed over all the time and everyone's against him.
Yeah. So if he wins this, then where does he go? He's got all he is a shitty little heel. There's no reason for him at all. Why is whinging and moaning about everything? It's all right.
It's a really great point. Mary, you gonna sticking with it? You sticking with Sammy?
I'm changing. We're going Johnny Knoxville.
Somebody finally talked him out of it. The next one we've got is Bobby Lashley versus Omas.
Before we do that, can I just go and relieve my fridge of another adult beverage?
Oh yeah, go get yourself another beverage. Absolutely. No adult beverages for you tonight, Mayor?
I don't.
They got seltzers that are 0 calories, pal. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Have a couple.
I know. I'm trying to stick to the stupid thing to, get some weight loss. So I'm working on it, but I don't know. I might have my arm twisted into it.
I'm gonna refrain from drinking any alcohol tonight. I'm gonna be so out of my mind for the basketball game that I just can't. I don't think I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, depending on the outcome, there may be some drinking afterwards.
It's gonna be maybe afterwards, but not during. There's gonna be plenty of banana bread involved, pal.
Okay.
Goddamn.
So Omas baked goods.
There you go. Omas versus Bobby Lashley. I want to go first because I want to be the first one to say this because I think everybody's probably thinking it. But I think Bobby Lashley, I think needs to go away for some sort of surgery or something. And MVP is going to need another guy to manage. And I feel like Omas is the perfect guy for MVP to be managing. So I feel like we're going to get like a swerve here, and MVP sort of turns on Bobby Lashley and Omas gets the win here because it doesn't make any sense for Lashley to win this match. I mean, you obviously you're trying to get Omas over, so why not just have him win? And MVP would be the perfect mouthpiece for him. Glenn, what do you think?
Omas. They had a little altercation the other day. I think it was on SmackDown. And Bobby Lashley got the upper hand eventually, but he didn't look good. He didn't look good. I think this is going to be the WrestleMania match for Bobby Lashley that I can't even remember it was against. It was just before Lesnar broke the streak, and Taker was in a lot of pain, and it looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
And Lashley looks like he's in a lot of pain, and he's just going in for this. As you say, they're basically selling it. It's a payday for you. Omas is going to squash you in a couple of minutes. He's not going to really hurt you, but it gives you a good excuse to go away.
Right. That makes sense. Mayor, what do you pick?
Yeah, I see MVP retaining the services of the Hurt Business here to make the turn on Bobby Lashley, and now Omos is going to be the front man of the Hurt Business, and MVP is going to be the mouthpiece for them, and MVP and Omos go on to, I don't know, have a little bit of a run here. See how the crowd reacts to him, and then book it from there. I think Omos wins this match through the help of MVP.
Well, there you have it, pal. We got a triple threat tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I think that's the only tag team match on this. Well, there's 2 tag team matches. Never mind.
Who's booking this shit on nights? Holla, holla. Player.
Teddy Long's got the book.
It's time for a tag team match, player. It's tag team match-a-mania. RK Bro, the tag team champions, take on the Street Profits, take on the Alpha Academy. I'm gonna let the mayor go first. Mayor, what did you pick?
I wrote down RK Bro. I'm gonna stick with RK Bro. Like I said, I haven't been feeling the tag team division at all in either Raw or SmackDown. I do like the combination or the pairing of Gable and Otis. I kind of enjoy what they're doing with them, but I still think RK Bro wins here. RK Bro retains.
RK Bro retaining. Glenn, what do you think?
If they do their booking on crowd reaction and that sort of thing, they obviously thought RK Bro had run their course when they put the title on the Alpha Academy. They didn't get the reaction that they thought they were going to get from the Alpha Academy, so they put it back on RK Bro. So there is no reason for them to take it off RK Bro again for the foreseeable future until they break up. I think that was meant to happen. I actually do think that they were planning on breaking them up when they lost to Alpha Academy, but while they're still selling merch and they're still making money and people are still cheering them, Vince will go with them. We know he will.
And they don't have anything else regarding much tag teams,
No.
like on Raw. Just to be different, and because I love the Street Profits, because they bring the swag like nobody can, I'm going to pick the Street Profits. I don't actually think the Street Profits are going to win. RK Bro is probably going to retain. That makes the most sense, but I'm picking the Street Profits. I didn't think the Street Profits were probably even supposed to be in this match. They just got thrown in randomly. But
It seems odd. It seems odd that they were even in the match. And I think on Raw, it seemed like they're actually turning heel, right?
Yeah, it seemed that way to me because they came out and attacked RK Bro during their match.
Yeah, that's not the normal babyface tactic. You do what's right. You fight for the right of every man.
Well, we're going to get to see Montez Ford come out there. They're going to shoot all the plastic red cups in the air at WrestleMania because they haven't done that yet because only WrestleMania they've been at is the fucking 36 one that didn't have any fans. So it'll be a big entrance for them, and I guess that's why they threw them on this thing. we have got Pat McAfee will take on Austin Theory in what, low key, this could be a really, really good match. Glenn's getting tired. Glenn's going to fall asleep. He needs a nap. We're going to let Glenn pick this one first. Anyway, Theory gets the big win over McAfee here.
No. Again, just going by what happened yesterday on SmackDown, Theory got the upper hand because there's this thing of McAfee, because he's employed by the company, couldn't actually put his hands on talent. And Theory threw ice water over him and taunted him and everything. Poor old Michael Cole was there trying to separate him and making sure that McAfee didn't get. So, yeah, they're building to McAfee, give him poor old a big hiding.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any scenario where Austin Theory wins this thing. I'm going to take Pat McAfee too, Mayor. You're going to do something? You throwing up a crazy Hail Mary? Is Austin Theory from Ohio?
Austin Theory is not from Ohio, but he is one of the mayor's boys, and
he's good.
The mayor may not ever pick against Austin Theory, but we are going to say, as much as you book a babyface in this scenario that he's being taunted to finally get his comeuppance and win in an old school manner, why do you have an announcer beat someone that could be the potential face of your company that the chairman himself is pushing and spending so much time with? Do you want an announcer having a victory over that guy? And I don't say that you do. I think that Austin Theory here wins. I think that he then after taunts Pat McAfee and gets his selfie with him at WrestleMania and walks off with the victory.
Well, that's a surprise. I didn't think you were going to pick that, but you did.
I love Pat McAfee, though.
And yeah, Pat McAfee's the man.
He is fantastic. I love let him interview people, let him be announcer. He is great at announcing. I just don't want to see him winning a wrestling match against a guy that could be the future of your company.
He's a damn good wrestler as well.
He is.
Held his own at War Games.
Oh, yeah. And then that one-on-one match against Adam Cole, he was a hell of a lot better than I ever thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. One of probably the best introductory match I've ever.
Yeah, him and Bad Bunny are up there for best celebrity cameo match because Bad Bunny was really good last year. All right, so this match right here is the match I personally am most looking forward to. It's a dream match for me. AJ Styles is going to face it's a different Edge. It's a heel.
Sorry, Brent. Who did you go for?
I'm sorry. I picked the Street Profits. No, I picked Pat McAfee.
You're going McAfee as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So AJ Styles versus Edge. It's a different Edge. It's a heelish, dark Edge. Mayor, I'm going to make you pick it first. Go ahead.
I think this will probably be the longest match of both nights.
Mm-hmm.
I think Edge wins here. I think it's going to be a great match. I think it could be the show stealer. Edge is really getting into the dramatic. Lately, since he's come back, he's been that guy that just really builds on the dramatics of everything, draws everything out, and makes everything have a feel to it. He really slows everything down, and I think this could be that really long match that'll have a lot of meaning, but for every single move, and you're going to be on the edge of your seat watching. I think Edge wins. I know AJ retired. Oh, after last night, maybe, who knows? AJ retired The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and I don't think he retires Edge here at WrestleMania. So Edge wins.
Edge wins. Glenn, who are you picking?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Edge as well. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt AJ to lose this.
No.
Edge is in definitely the twilight of his days.
Right. And Edge really hasn't had like that big WrestleMania win. I mean, he beat Orton, but that was in front of no fans. And then that match, the main event last year, he lost. So I could see them giving Edge the big win here over AJ Styles. Because like you said, doesn't hurt Edge, or it doesn't hurt either one of them.
Doesn't hurt either one of these guys to lose.
But it makes more sense for Edge to get the win. So I'm gonna pick Edge too, which I think it should steal. I think you're gonna get like an old school type wrestling match. So maybe it'll be lost on some of the fans of today, but I think it's gonna be a really good one for us old heads, as they say.
Yes.
And now it's the main event, winner take all, to unify the WWE and Universal Championships. It's Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I gotta be honest, I have no fucking idea. I would like to say you don't beat Reigns, look at him, but it's Brock freaking Lesnar, man. I literally have sat. This is the only match I've thought about that I've sat around and thought about. Like I don't know. I have no idea who's gonna win this thing. I really, literally don't know. It could be as simple as a flip of a goddamn coin, and so I'm gonna pick Roman Reigns because I don't know what else to do. Glenn, what about you?
I'm very much in the same boat, but I've written Brock, so I'm going to stick with it.
That's fair. You got to stick with what you wrote down. Mayor?
I don't know if they've even decided who's winning this tonight because it could go either way. I mean, I feel like they've booked this thing out for an entire year. The whole WrestleMania, the whole year of wrestling is built up to this match. You know, it seems like they're giving tons of momentum to Brock. I don't know. I'm going to go with Brock. I think Brock wins it here. I think it's a surprise win because how do you beat Roman? How do you take the belt off of him when he's doing the best work of his career? But I think I don't know what I know they've had matches at WrestleMania before. Is this a rubber match? Are they 1-1? Does anyone know the record? I know they've wrestled 2 times at WrestleMania.
Well, Seth won 1 because Seth came out and cashed in.
Yeah, they're both unconscious.
And then Brock won the other one.
Oh gosh, so they could give Roman the win here, maybe. I think I'm thinking too much into it. I'm just gonna go with what I have written down. Brock Lesnar wins because he's Brock.
The thing is, I think that Brock's going to win it basically because he looks like he's enjoying what he's doing at the moment, and I think that they need to capitalize on that while they can, because there's going to be a point where he's going to go, I'm going to, I'm fed up with it again now. I'm going to take my ball and go home.
But do you see, when you think about it, that they're the thing that's talking me out of it is the fact that they're unifying the titles, which means you're going to have to pay to Brock to be on Raw and SmackDown, and that's a lot of money.
Not necessarily, because on the UK show they've got one title, they've got one champion, but you don't see him all the time. He's not always defending it. Once in a blue moon, they'll come along with a challenger for him.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point.
I don't know how you book it from here. Who would be the challenger to either of these guys afterwards?
That's a tough one.
The only one that made sense to me is Lashley, and he's gonna probably be gone if he has to get surgery. So I don't know where you go from here. I'm just gonna.
I think the thing with Brock is that you feed him a bit of cannon fodder, just the odd title match with a bit of cannon fodder just to keep him happy and the crowd happy. It builds to the rematch at SummerSlam. But you put it back on Roman then.
Yeah, I mean, then that gives you something to do. It's at SummerSlam. I mean, they have a lot of big stadium shows coming up too. I think fucking Money in the Bank set where the Raiders play, and they got a bunch of big shit coming up. So they're probably gonna need Brock around.
They've got the one coming over here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that's gonna be great. I can't wait for that.
It's supposed to be the non SummerSlam.
Not SummerSlam.
They teased it was going to be SummerSlam and then pulled the rug from under her feet.
Yep. Well, folks, that does it. We've ran down the entire weekend of wrestling for WWE and NXT wise. Glenn, why don't you tell us where we can follow you guys, where we can listen to your show, and all that good stuff?
Well, you can get me on Twitter at GA WrestleNut. You can find Jeremy at EPL and NFL, at Piece of Business on the Twitter, on the Instagram. Our email address is, I can't even remember it now. Piece of bus dot gmail.com. Yeah, piece of bus gmail.com. I'm not good at this. Jeremy does all this.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I was trying to say twitch.tv/AWIPod with fucking Tom and the Mayor last Saturday, and I just couldn't get the fucking words out. I said it wrong like 3 times, I think.
Glenn's on an hour and a half of sleep, so cut the man some slack.
We're trying to get out of here so Glenn can get a little nap in before NXT starts. That's what I'm trying to do here. Mayor, I always ask you this. You got anything you want to plug?
And I like I said last night, if you got an airplane, if you're an airport manager, please don't call me. I'm too busy. Leave me alone. I'm too good at what I do. I don't want your business. I've got too much as it is. Take it elsewhere. I'll give you my competitor's number.
Stop it, you sons of bitches. Well, that's it. I hope everybody out there enjoys their whole entire WrestleMania weekend. Check out the Giggle Mania stuff if you haven't yet. Check out the Manic Matches of WrestleMania if you haven't yet. Check out Sportswire Radio because you can hear us and you can hear Piece of Business on the Sportswire Radio. Shout out to Thomas at Thomas Bryce 2017. We're going to get the fuck out of here so Glenn can take a nap, and I hope everybody enjoys WrestleMania. Thank you.